Now we are going to see how do we use Flow, to send automatic emails. So there are multiple options available. So we can use email templates if you have a classic email template, or if you have a lightning email template, we can certainly use that. There is another option in Flow which helps you to send email directly. So we have a send email core flow action that can be used to send an email automatically from Flow. So this is what we're going to learn now. So we're going to send email using Flow core email action. Yeah. So let's do that. We'll just start with this use case first. Yeah. So this is the business use case in front of us. We have a chief information officer, and he has come up with this use case. So that is the school called Titans International School. So that school is using Salesforce org to manage all the teaching staff and students information. So as a system administrator, you have been tasked to send a welcome email automatically when a new contact is created, of type teaching staff. So basically in that org, we are using contact standard object to manage all the teaching staff information. And whenever a new teaching staff is onboarded, right, we wanted to send a welcome email automatically. Yeah. So now as a Flow developer or a system administrator, you are going to do that without, writing a single line of code. Let's see how we can able to accomplish that. So this is my org. So I have an account named Titans International School. So the idea is whenever I wanted to add a new contact, let's say I had a um, uh, Jason as a new teaching staff. Yeah. So I'm gonna choose a contact type as teaching staff, and the moment I hit save button, a new contact or a teaching staff gets created, right? So behind the scenes, automatically I wanted to send a welcome email to Jason. Yeah. So let's say Jason has got a Jason at gmail.com. Yeah. So I wanted to send an email to this inbox automatically. Yeah, this is what I wanted to accomplish. Yeah. So let's first cancel this. Okay, let's go ahead and then create a flow. Then we can come back and then see how it works. Yeah. So yes, let's go right here. Let's search for the flow and let's wait for the screen to appear. Then all right, I'm gonna click on new flow. So this will launch the flow pop-up, right, where I can just choose the type of the flow. So I'm going to go with the record trigger flow because I want this to, the system to automatically send an email when a contact is created, right? So I choose record triggered flow. I click on create. So now I'm going to instruct Salesforce that it needs to keep a watch on the contact object, correct? Yeah. And especially whenever a new record is created, right? I want this email automation to happen, right? So perfect. So any entry condition, yes. I want to ensure that, okay, all conditions are met. I want to ensure that if the contact type, if the contact type is equal to teaching staff. So basically two things, right? One is whenever a new contact is created, and when the contact is created, the contact type, has to be teaching staff for my automation to send an email, right? So that's it. Yeah, I'm going to choose this action and related records because I know that I'm going to send an email, which is, which I wanted to, automatically send an email after a contact is created, isn't it? So let's choose this action and related records. So I'll close this one and I'm going to save this first. Okay. I'm going to say this is a record triggered flow. Yeah. And this is, I'm going to name it as welcome email. Okay. I'll just say teaching staff. Okay. Done, isn't it? Yeah. So I'll click on save. Okay. So of course I have not started anything. So let's write here. Okay. So a few things, I wanted to set before we use that core email action. Yeah. I'll go to the toolbox. I'm gonna send an email, right? I'm gonna send an email directly from the flow, right? So for sending an email, I need what email address? Yeah. The recipient email address, correct? And then the email body and then the email subject, correct? So let's create variables to hold all these values. Okay, so it will be easy for us when we just start using the core action to send an email. So let me create a variable. I'll just say v underscore email subject. Okay, and I'm gonna choose text. Yeah. Um, yeah, for now this is okay. Um, I'll just say done. Yeah. And I'm going to create one more resource. Okay. I'm going to say a variable v underscore, not variable. Probably I'll just choose a text template. Okay, I'll choose a text template. The reason is the email body, I wanted it to be, to be a rich text. Okay, so that I can have the email body, HTML email body to be properly aligned. If I wanted to, have some links for the teaching staff to click and then, look into the onboarding documents, right? I can do that, all such things. So plain text may not help me, so that I'm gonna go and then start using the text template. Okay, so let's do that. So tt underscore email body. Yeah. Okay. So I have to I have to give the content, right? So I already have a content. I'll just copy and then paste it right here. Yes, here is the content of the email body. So I wanted to send this, email. As you can just see, this is a formatted text, isn't it? Yeah, I have three, sections, and then I also have a placeholder wherein I want to show when I wanted to use the actual name of the teaching staff and then the school name. Yeah, I wanted to do that, isn't it? So text template is the right choice because I'm going to deal with the formatted text, isn't it? So we'll come back here and then make this dynamic. Okay, so I have placeholder where I wanted to, show the name and then school name, etc. So let's click on done. Okay, so now I have the email body and the email subject, both are available, right? So what I'm going to do is, let me choose one more thing. Okay, I'll have a variable. I'll just say v underscore email address. Okay, so let it be a text. That's it. Okay. So now I wanted to ensure that the the teaching staff email address is first read and stored in the email address. Okay. And also I wanted to ensure the email subject is populated. Okay. So for that purpose, very simple, we can use this assignment operator. Sorry, assignment element. Yeah. So let's go here and then let's see construct. I'll just say assign. I'll say construct, more appropriate, construct email subject and email address. Yeah, and email address. Yeah. So the very first thing is the email address. I'll go under, v underscore email address. That should be equal to, so I'll be using the global variable dollar record because this is holding the record that has triggered the flow. In this case the contact record that will trigger the flow, right? So let's click on contact and you will have the email. Perfect, right? So the first one is done. So I'll go to this assignment next and then I'll say v underscore email subject. I'll just say maybe I can hard code this as well, welcome to welcome to school. Yeah, so we can also make it dynamic. We can just say welcome to the school name. Yeah, we can do that as well. Okay, or I can make it very simple. I'll just simply say welcome board. Yeah, okay, perfected. My email address and email subject both will now have the value, right? Let's click on done. And this is where okay, before I proceed, I'll just click on save. So this is where I'm going to use the email core email action. So let's click plus sign and then let's look for the action. Yeah, just search for email. Okay, you should be able to see the send email core action. So let's click on it. So all I have to do is I just have to pass the necessary inputs for the system to send an email. That's all it is. So let's go here and then say that send welcome email. Let's give a name to this action. Okay. So body, I'm going to enable this input parameter. Okay, I'm going to map that variable. Remember the text template, the formatted text, we kept it, right? So let's do that. And then, and as I said earlier, right, there is more than one way to send an email using Flow. Okay, either I can use email templates, classic or lightning email template, or directly I can able to have the subject, have the body, everything configured right here. Okay, so I'm not going to use the email template, so I'll just ensure that this is not enabled. Okay, then I have this option of recipient address list. So this basically, right, accepts one or more email addresses. Okay, so if there is more than one email address to which you want to send email, You can have multiple email address with a comma separated, delimiter. Okay, I can just say email 1, comma, email 2, comma, email 3, etc. So in this case, I think we just have only one. Okay, in fact, we managed to have that email address as well, right? As well stored in the variable. Perfect. We'll map that. Okay. Then, okay, I can use, all these options if I want to. Okay, I can just uh, attach this attach this, email activity to a record as well. Okay, I can do that. Okay, for now, let's make it very simple. Okay, so I'm going to use a rich text formatted body. I'll just say enable this. I'll just say true. Yes, I will be, sending an email body which is formatted text, right? And subject, let's enable this as well. Okay, we have this v underscore email subject. That's it. With this bare minimum, inputs, let's see how Salesforce is automatically sending an email. Let's click on that. Okay, and yes, I'm gonna add a fault path. Okay, just in case if email is not sent, right? I wanted to, throw an error message back to the user or to the screen. I'll use custom error. Okay, so I'll just say error message. Okay, what I'm going to do is, yeah. So let's say in a window, I wanted to know, I want to show a simple pop-up with an error message. So in the error message, I have a placeholder where I can just construct my error message. I'll just say something went wrong. Welcome email was not sent. Was not sent. Please reach out to um, org admin or create an incident ticket. Yeah, incident ticket. That's it. Yeah. So super. Now I have this error message, error message added as well, right? So let's click on save. So all good right here. I'll close this one. Okay. So now let's activate this. I know I should have debugged it, but anyways, I hope that it will work. Let's hope for the best. So now let's go back and then test this. Okay. So let's go right here. Okay. So let's first refresh this page. And let's go to the contacts. Yeah, let me click on new. Okay, so I'm gonna create that user. Okay, Mr. Let's say Jason. Okay, so let's say Jason A. Yeah, so I need to ensure the contact type is teaching staff, right? I need to give a valid email address, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a temporary email. Okay, so let's copy this one. So let's go back to the flow. Or the record page, right? So let's go to the record page and then let's give the email address. Cool. Okay. So let's click on save and then see what happens. Yeah. So let's hit save button. Now, we have a new teaching staff created in the system, right? Let's go and then check if email was received, right? In the temporary inbox. Perfect. We just got the email, isn't it? So you can just see this. So you have this, welcome about email, and then this is the content, we just added as a body, right? So I think this needs to be changed, right? This has to show Jason name, and then this has to show the school name. Correct? Let's correct that. Okay. But good thing is we managed to send that email, right? At times you might see that email, right, is not triggered from the flow. Okay, there may be various reasons for that. Okay, one thing what we do is, right, when you run into such situations that email has not been triggered from the flow. The send email core action, right, did not trigger the email from flow. Then go to the deliverability and then check the email deliverability, settings. If it is no access, then you will not see any email trigger automatically. Okay, if it is system email as well, you will not see any email trigger through the flow. Ensure that all email is set. Okay, all email is set, and then okay, so whichever the user is creating this, or whichever user is, creating the contact, right? Certainly the flow, the flow, right, will pick up that username. Okay, the user name as a sender by default. Okay, so in this case, I've logged in as this marketing app integration user. So the system will pick up this marketing app integration user as a sender automatically. Okay, and then it will send an email. So now this sender, right, user record should have a valid email address. So if I go here, if you go to the user detail, yeah, you should see that, you should see the status as verified. Okay. If not, then the flow will not send an email. Okay. So ensure that all these things are taken care. Okay. If you ever see that email is not sent through the flow. Okay. Yeah. So there are other options as well. Like you can able to have a default sender email address. That is also possible when you use this when you use this core action. Probably we'll discuss that in a separate session. Okay, yeah. So now let's go back and then fix that um, email body. Okay, so I'll go and then edit this text template. Okay, I wanted to ensure that the name is dynamically right picked. Isn't it very, very simple? Let's go here. Okay, let's use the resource picker and go to that global variable record. Then we'll get the first name of the contact space. Then we'll do the same. Go to that record. Then we'll just pick up the last name. Okay, last name of the user. Yeah, that's it. So we have this dear first name, last name dynamically picked. And then what I can do is I can use this contact and account relationship. What I can do is I can go to the resource picker again and then choose the contact. From there, I can just go to the parent record, which is account, isn't it? Yeah, because that's where we hold the school information, isn't it? So I can just get the school name from there. That's it. Yeah, I'll copy the same. Okay, and then in the bottom of the email in the regards section, I'll just put the school name. That's it. We are done. Okay, so all I did is I just used the global variable record and then started, using the fields, correct? So that dynamically it will add value, okay, when this particular step gets executed. So let me click on save as, let's save and then let's activate. Yeah, so now it's activated. Let's go and then, let's go to the contact, okay, and then create another teaching stuff. Okay, so anyways, I'll go here. Now we have just 2 more minutes. Okay, after which this gets purged automatically. Give me 10 more minutes. Okay, now I think the clock has been reset. So let's copy this now. Let's go back. Let's create a new contact. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna choose Miss Ashley Thomas. Yeah, that's the last name, and I'll use the same email address, the disposable email, right? And then I wanted to ensure the contact type is selected as teaching staff. Now let's click on save. So now certainly, right, a new teaching staff, Ashley Thomas, has been created, and let's wait for the email to show up in the inbox. Okay, yeah, let's go there and then check. Perfect. We just received an email, right? So let's click on this. Now you can just say this, dear Ashley Thomas, right? You can just say we are thrilled to welcome you to the family, blah blah blah. Yeah. What just happened? I think this is missing, right? Probably I would have incorrectly mapped that. So let's go and then cross check. So if the record ID and name, yes. Did I save that? I hope so. Okay. So let's click on done again. Okay, anyways, so the point is, right, you can use this text template. That's an important thing, right? So to construct a formatted text, not only that, you can able to, insert the variables, right? And then merge fields, we call it. So to dynamically show values. Okay, so that's the key takeaway here. So now you have seen, right, how you can use Flow to send an email automatically, right, without using the email template. Okay, if you are going to use an email template, then it is important that you mention the email template ID here. Okay, and the other important thing to remember is it is possible for you to set the default email address. We typically, set org-wide email address, organization-wide email address. Okay, something like info at Salesforce in Salesforce info or org admin at the domain.com. Yeah, we just set the org wide email address. Then, we will just use that back in the flow. Okay, so that all the emails that go out from Salesforce, right, will always carry the same email address to the user. Okay, that's the typical way how you handle things, in the projects. Okay, but right now I didn't mention this sender email address. That is the reason Salesforce automatically picked up the logged in user email address as a sender, the current user as a default, sender, and the email was sent. Email was sent carrying the current user as the sender. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. We'll just yeah, we'll just see that in a next video how we can use this email template.